Over those years, I had an absolute blast playing mutual basketball and softball at the nearby Mormon ward house. Those Mormon boys were always friendly and inviting, even though they knew I was Catholic. Another cherished memory was singing Christmas carols inside the south gate of Mormon Square, with the magnificent temple and the tabernacle golden dome as our backdrop. There's a photo of it on the cover. Living in Murray, about 10 miles from the city, meant we relied on a bus that conveniently picked us up half a block from our front door on Atwood Boulevard. The ride was just a small part of the adventure that came with being a teenager. Those next 3 years were full of typical teenage shenanigans. The priests who taught us, members of the Oblates of St. Francis de Sales, were known for their no-nonsense discipline. They reminded me of my dad's reason for sending us there, because they'll whip your ass if you get out of line. In his eyes, I thought they were more like prison guards than teachers. My best buddy was Randy Morelli, who I met in 9th grade at Judge. He lived in an Americana neighborhood just west of SLC called Rose Park. He still lives there, and we have stayed buddies for over 60 years. I visit him often, and we talk about the trouble we got in back then, and our girlfriends. It was during those years that I fell in love for the first time. Her name was Delilah Gallegos, though everyone called her Dee Dee. She was a freshman at St. Mary's Catholic High School, Judge Memorial's sister school, and they attended all our sports games, prom, and other events. There's nothing in the world like a teen's first love. Dee Dee and I were inseparable whenever we had the chance to be together. Some of the best nights were when she'd babysit at a neighbor's house. I'd sneak over, and, well, let's just say the fires of young love burned bright. Enough said. During those years, with a pool in our backyard, I would invite my buddies and our girlfriends over to come swim. Our backyard pool became the hub of summer fun for swimming and races. 1 lap, 2 laps, you name it. I always won. Not to brag, but okay, I am. Dad would fire up the grill and barbecue burgers for us. And every now and then, when Mom wasn't watching, he'd let the 4 of us share a single can of beer from the patio fridge. Just one. Yes, I blame him for my love of beer later in life. You've got to pin it on someone, right? Things took a turn in the middle of my junior year when I got expelled from Judge Memorial for fighting. It crushed me. And Dee Dee, too. We broke up, and the going steady chapter of my life came to an end. They let me call Mom at work to tell her the news. When I asked if she could come pick me up, she simply said, "Nope, you figure out how to get home." The next morning, Mom drove me to Murray Public High School, marched me into the office, and enrolled me on the spot. Starting at a new school was tough. I didn't know many kids in my classes except a few neighborhood delinquents. Naturally, I gravitated toward them. Smoking in the parking lot and ditching class wasn't exactly my finest hour in decision-making. After about 3 months, I decided I'd had enough. One night, I waited for Mom to get home from her swing shift at Holy Cross Hospital. It was 11 p.m. when I told her I wanted to quit school and join the Marines. She asked if I'd thought it over. I said yes. That night, I went to bed, thrilled at the idea of no more school. Oh, how wrong I was. At 7 a.m., my bedroom door flew open. Mom stood there yelling, "Get up and get dressed!" I groggily reminded her of our agreement. "Oh, we agreed you could quit school," she said. "But I'm not taking you to school. I'm taking you to the Marine recruiting office in Salt Lake. Now move!" And that's how I found myself walking down a hallway lined with military recruiting offices. The Navy wouldn't take me because I was only 17. They'd stopped accepting minors, even with parental consent. But the Marine recruiter, he practically jumped out of his chair when I walked in. "How old are you?" he asked. When I said 17, his eyes lit up. "Have a seat, son. 2 years, 4 years, or 6? I chose 4, and by that evening, Mom had signed the paperwork. The next day, I took the enlistment papers to my dad at the train yard where he worked. I saw him from a distance, walking toward me along a line of boxcars and oil tankers. When I handed him the papers, he looked at the U.S. Marine Corps logo, and then at me. His incredible blue eyes were filled with both pride and sorrow. "Well, son," he said, "you picked the best." I believe the sadness came from the divorce a few years earlier. We didn't see each other as much after that.